Greetings, mortals, and welcome to another not Wednesday release of the TheReyCast here. Another Thursday release. Unless you live in a different part of the world, in which case it is Wednesday. I don't know where that would be, but if it is Wednesday, then I'm exactly on time on my self-imposed schedule. But how's everyone doing? Sorry, I don't know why I asked that. It's not like I can hear your response, but you know what? Let me know in the comments how you're doing. You know, there's a way we can communicate. Anyway, today I figured I would talk about StarFox Assault for the sake of continuity. Last time we spoke about StarFox Adventures, albeit being a little scatterbrained, hella scatterbrained. I'm trying a different setup this time. So we'll see how it goes. But I also, and more importantly, wrote notes. I wrote notes this time, guys. So hopefully continuity won't be too bad. Or flow. My game flow. And if there's any background noise, I do apologize. This is non-optimal recording conditions, but you know, as they say, the show must go on. Anyway, first thing in my notes I have is nutshell StarFox Adventures, because I feel like I did a poor job of doing that last time. I mean, I talked about StarFox Adventures for the whole hour, kinda. It was very jarring. I kept forgetting what I was talking about. Oh, it was awful. It was awful. So I didn't want to spend too much time on it, but I did want to just do a general thoughts on StarFox Adventures. I think Rare did a great job converting it. I still think the original probably should have come out, or should maybe get a re-release. I feel like people would buy that. Not a re-release, like a remaster, remake, or something. Like someone make Dinosaur Planet what it was intended to be. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I'd buy that. I'd buy that, and I'd promote that. Heck yeah. Anyway. So StarFox Adventures isn't the best game, granted, but I think it's better than what people, you know, how people perceive it. Like, a lot of people see it as being like the worst Star Fox game, and I disagree with that. I feel like now that Star Fox Command has come out, we can all point and laugh at Star Fox Command. Oh god, is that gonna be episode 7? I think that's next in the list. Oh no, I'm gonna be ranting. I'm gonna be ranting next week. Holy heck. Alright, stay tuned for that, because if I do Star Fox Command, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. Anyway, yeah, so I hate Star Fox Command, but I am talking about Star Fox Adventures. I think Rare did a great job with what they had. Sure, a lot of the Star Foxy segments were shoehorned in, but like with an IP with Star Fox, I feel like you could shoehorn Star Fox into anything. Like, you know those R-Wings that are in Legend of Zelda? Like, I can totally see them just flying in from space, like, oh, look, it's Zelda, it's Hyrule, you know? And you could just insert them into that world, and it would feel pretty natural. I don't know why. Maybe because I've seen Link and Fox fight in Super Smash Bros. A lot? Maybe that's it. Maybe I just feel like they already exist in the same universe. But really, you could just, like, it's Space Mercenary. Like, the only thing is, like, if there's not anthropomorphic animals in your universe, then maybe there's a problem, but, yeah. And Star Fox Adventures introduced the waifu Crystal, everyone's favorite blue fox, or mostly my favorite blue fox, but that's besides the point. We love Crystal. I'm gonna talk about her a bit more, about her role in Star Fox Assault here soon. Where I think they did a really good job with her in Star Fox Assault. I feel like they didn't know what to do with her in Adventures, so they kind of just made her a damsel in distress, because they kind of had to just remove her from the entire story to let Fox be, like, to fill her shoes or sandal things. Um, so she kind of just became a damsel in distress, and that's all she was in Star Fox Adventures. But they really used her in Star Fox Assault a lot better in my opinion. Um, so there's let's just move on to the next part of my notes here. Let's see here. So Star Fox Assault came out on February 14th, 2005, which is making me feel old. We just moved into 2024 at the time of this recording, and 2025 is next year. A year from now will be 2025, so that's 20 years, give or take. I guess I should just say 19. It sounds cleaner to say 20, all right? I'm sorry. But yeah, 19 years ago this thing came out. Holy heck. And I still feel like it's a marvel of technology. Compared to Star Fox 64, it looks like really good. It was developed by Namco. You know, the Pac-Man people. And the Street Fighter, I think they're Street Fighter. Yeah, I thought I saw Street Fighter guys. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. Maybe it's not Street Fighter and it's another one like Street Fighter, like Dead or Alive or something like that. I'm not sure, but Namco did an amazing job almost saving the Star Fox IP, because it was tarnished after Star Fox Adventures. People were almost like furious at the time about Star Fox Adventures. They didn't want any part of it. I enjoyed it, but majority of people did not enjoy it, mostly because they wanted more Star Fox, like space flight kind of like combat action. And Star Fox Assault returned to the rail shooter aspect, but it even included ground missions and landmaster missions, and I don't think there was a Blue Marine mission in Assault. That's kind of sad, actually, now that I think about it. The Blue Marine would be great to revisit. Man, I would, you know, if I get super rich, guys, if I become super rich through some means, I think one of the first things I'm going to want to do is just buy the IP of Star Fox from Nintendo. Whatever the price. They were like, oh, it's 10 billion. All right. Can I finance that? Over a couple of years? No, I would buy the Star Fox IP and just start, like, hiring people to make games and even movies and shows. Like, I would just make tons of Star Fox shit. If that's the future you guys want, give me money. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. A world of Star Fox. It could be ours. It could be ours, viewers. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. But that is what I would do. If all my labor proves fruitful. I would definitely try and revitalize it a little bit, but I don't know if Nintendo would be willing to part with any IP. But I don't know, they don't really like Star Fox. They might be willing to part with Star Fox, you know? I'm not sure. They don't really like having it, I don't think. But also they haven't sold it. They just kind of want it to die. I don't know I don't know what their opinion is truly on it. But anyway, Namco came in, saved the day, made a bomb game. Well, bomb in a good way, not a like it didn't bomb, like it was a good bomb. Wait, is there good bombs? Anyway, they did a really good job with Star Fox Assault. It was amazing. When it first came out, it blew my socks off. It blew the socks off the fox. Truly, I know Dr. Seuss was talking about that or something. But it actually happened to me. It was crazy. The first time I played it, I wasn't sure what to expect, but I was really blown away by that intro sequence. You know, okay, editing Reynard, put in the opening sequence of Star Fox Assault, and if it doesn't give you chills like it gave me chills, and it's probably me editing this is probably gonna get chills from watching it again, so just enjoy this.
Remnants of Andross's butchers. You've kept us busy, but now your end is at hand.
No quarter! Show these dogs we mean business!
All ships, battle formation V. Break through the center. The Cornerian fleet has broken through our front lines. They're everywhere.
Think you're tough, eh? In that case, it's secret weapon time! Stealth Squadron, open fire!
Stinking ape! We underestimated the strength of his reserves.
Detecting gate transmission outside the combat sector. TheReyCast? Command! This is StarFox team!
Team StarFox, ready for duty.
Ah, leave these losers to the pros. We'll beat them in no time.
You see what I mean? Like, coming into this, or going from StarFox Adventures to that, was just, oh my god, this is StarFox. Hell yeah, man. Like, this is so badass. I loved it so much. That intro sequence set the tone immediately. Like, the Cornerian army fighting, like, remnants of the Androsian army, being led by a guy named Oikini. Which Oikini was a cool little like mini twist in the very first mission. If you didn't recognize him, which he had a semi-different design, so it wasn't entirely out of the realm of possibility that you would not recognize him, or you could recognize him. But it was a really funny twist because as you're flying and doing this mission, you eventually catch up with him, and then he turns his ship into something that looks like Andross, like the floating hands and the head of his head. And it started. If it didn't click, then he goes.
Is that all you fools have got? I am the one and only true heir to the great Emperor Andros, the new Emperor, Andrew Oikini, Uncle Andros!
What? Reinforcements?
That doesn't look friendly.
Such strange thought patterns.
No, it can't be.
Abaroid, Abaroid, Abaroid.
Aperoid?
There's no time to hesitate. Return fire.
It's time for a new emperor, Emperor Andrew Oikini, and then he promptly dies because he gets shot by the real antagonists. But that mini twist is really neat. That if you didn't catch it up until that point, he says Andrew Oikini, so you realize he's the one guy. You remember he's the one guy from Star Fox 64 and Star Wolf. Remember the guy part of Star Wolf? His name was just Andrew. Hey there.
Later.
Okay, we're back. I really like the SpongeBob cutaway that I did last time, so I might just continue doing that every time that I have to get a poor customer. I think that's pretty stellar. You probably just saw it anyway. All right, let's continue talking about Star Fox Assault. Right, we were talking about fighting Oikini, Andrew Oikini, where he does his big reveal that he is in fact the one Star Wolf member, if you remember. But then, you know, it's short-lived because they immediately kill him off, which is gonna be an awesome theme throughout this whole thing, is that they are not shy about killing off like main characters, and I think it's actually perfect because Star Fox Assault is really like the last game in the timeline, honestly, in my opinion. So it's like it makes total sense to like finish off people's storylines, like show how they die, you know, like show how they get where their journeys end, you know. It was really neat how Namco wrote it. But yeah, first person to go, very not much with fanfare, but Andrew bites the dust because of a mysterious barrage of lasers from the sky, and down comes the spinning object that unfurls into a butterfly-like creature with eyes on its wings, and it's insectoid, and it's terrifying. It's terrifying. And the StarFox team is just like, what the heck is that? And then I think Rob64 looks up the database, and he just goes into full warning mode. He's like, Aparoid, Aparoid, Aparoid. Like, he's engaging an alert that has been long dormant in his systems. And even Crystal goes, such strange thought patterns, which used to be my phone ringtone, not ringtone, it was for like, I think it was my Facebook Messenger or something like that, because my friends would say a bunch of stupid stuff or something, and then every time I got notified, it would go, such strange thought patterns. Anyway, that's besides the point. But no, yeah, it was really cool seeing like a psychic be part of the team. It kind of like reminds me of like, what's her name? Diana Troy from the Star Trek series. Like, well, she was an empath, which is a form of psychicism, but she, Crystal's a telepath, which there's a difference, and I'm not going to explain it right now. But yeah, so she basically can sense things from a distance, among other mumbo jumbos, and reads minds and things like that, which is pretty neat. To have that be part of a sci-fi mercenary kind of team, where they're shooting lasers and, you know, blasters and talking about like pilotry and you know, got a bogey on my tail, but then you suddenly got someone that's just like, I know what you're thinking. No, you know, I don't know. I think blending like science and magic is really neat. Sometimes it's done really well, sometimes it's done poorly. But yeah, I really like it when people fuse the two, like add something mystical to your sci-fi universe that, like, you got all this science, right? And there's still something you can't really explain. I love that. I love that. That's so great to have in your story, in my opinion. But anyway, so these Aparoids appear, and they're a really neat design, and I think now that I think about it, they're kind of similar to the Thargoids, if you think about it.
Later.
Okay, we're back again. So yeah, we were talking about Crystal having the mystical with the science team, the Aparoids coming in, killing Andrew Oikney. We can move on from that though. What's next in my notes so I can stay on track? Notes are so nice. I think I'm just gonna make this a mainstay. Just do notes all the time. Because it helps my brain remember things. I don't know why it struggles on its own. If you also struggle with remembering things, write it down. It's actually, it seems really easy, but I just recently started doing it, and holy heck, is it useful. Anyway. Yeah, so it says, talk about how neat of a plot device the Aparoids. Actually, is this spoilers? I'm gonna start saying spoilers now. If you do care about spoilers about this game that came out in 2005, go play the game and then continue watching. All right. If you don't want to do that, just continue listening. All right. Bet. So it's really neat how the Aparoids have this plot device that drives the narrative, where the team keeps going to signal, trying to chase down. Actually, they're just doing different things. They're not always doing the same thing. Different mission-based things. But I'm trying to remember what the next one was, because Andrew dies, then it was Pigma. Spoilers again. But the Pigma fight was really neat. But, oh yeah, I remember Pigma's thing. He comes in and steals an Aperoid like memory core or something, like essentially the heart or brain of the Aperoids, and he sucks it up into his ship, and he gets out of there, and he steals it from us. And Fox goes, he says a swear, he says a cuss, he goes, "Dang!" And that was crazy back then. I remember. I was like, "Whoa!" He said the dang word. That's really cool. Anyway, and he took off, and they started chasing down Pigma. And it's really neat. There's these cutscenes where like Pigma starts to like slowly start to go crazy and like start to be infected by the Aperoid's memory core. And that's interesting that it's called like a memory core or something. I wonder if that's correct. I remember it being a memory core. In my memory core, I remember it being a memory core. What if I'm an Aperoid? Anyway, but yeah, so he starts like dozing off and then having dreams and then like waking himself up with Aperoid visions and nightmares and stuff like that. We don't really see it. I think it's really, this cutscene's done really well. You don't see any visuals. You just see Pigma sleeping in his cockpit and then waking up. But then the next time you see him, he's slowly like got the infection creeping up his arm and stuff like that. And until he's just like this huge monstrosity that takes over the entire, like, what was it, space station? Or I'm not sure what he took over, but it was like this giant hunk of metal that plays a lot like the one fight from StarFox 64. If you go the hard route, area, what was it, area 6 or something like that, with all the like disc satellite things. Yeah, and then there's like a UFO warship that the Androsians use against Fox, and he shoots it down. But the mechanics are very similar to that. And he eventually succumbs to the StarFox team's blasters, and he blows up. And then I'm kind of just going through the whole game here, but really the game is just speaks for itself. It's just so awesome that basically all I have to do is just talk about the game. I feel like play by play. I was thinking I should probably turn all these podcasts into actual videos over on the main channel with like full-on editing and stuff, but we'll do that later. But it would be cool. But and then there's like a distress call to that Crystal picks up to Saria, which is the official name now of Dinosaur Planet, because I think they realized calling it Dinosaur Planet was really weird in like the Lilat system, where it had like a name, like a named planet for everything. So they're like, Dinosaur Planet is too vague, we need to give it a name. So Saria was the name they went with it, and I like that because the etymology is like soar, like dinosaur, get it? Dinosaurian. I think it's clever. Anyway, so they go there, they realize a bunch of the Thorntails are infected, and it's really neat because they're paying homage. They're like, we have Crystal in the game, so Star Fox Adventures happened canonically, and now we're even going back to Dinosaur Planet and saving the Thorntails. Like, the continuity there is so neat. Like, it's not trying to erase Star Fox Adventures. It's building upon and improving from Star Fox Adventures, which is what sequels should do. Like, it shouldn't just like, oh, this didn't work, so let's push it under the rug. No, just make it better. Like, just do it better. Anyway, but that was a really fun mission, the Saurian mission. And then you get a call, I think, to go back to Corneria, where they're being attacked by a full-on invasion fleet of the Aperoids. And they go in, they save them, only to discover that General Pepper and his flagship has been infected by Aperoids. So General Pepper himself is starting to get infected by the Aperoids, and it's such an emotional scene. I nearly cried when I played it. Not like later on, which we'll get to, but it was such a good scene because he's like a true military man. Like, you can feel he's a general in this moment, because he's just like, I know what you must do, Fox. Put me down like the dog I am. Actually, I don't know if he said exactly that, but that's what he said. He was like, he was just like, just kill me.
Unknown vessel approaching at high speed.
Another enemy?
Hold it.
That silhouette. Is that the General's flagship? Is that you, Fox? Too late. The Aperoids.
General, it can't be.
They took me. My body is no longer under my control. No. This is my final request. Destroy this ship. Destroy me.
Don't say that. I can't.
You would make me an accomplice to these fiends?
That's the truth of it. Accept it, Fox.
Why? Why is this happening? No!
Please kill me. Because he was infected by the Aperoids and he didn't want to become one of those things. You know, zombie movies do this trope a lot too. Where like someone's bitten and they're starting to get infected and they're just like, I don't want to be a trouble. I don't want to kill people. I don't want to eat brains. Just do it. Just get rid of me. And then there's a big emotional scene. They basically did that, but with cool sci-fi techno aliens, like insectoids. It was neat. It was neat. I thought it was neat. And then you're actually forced to work with Starwolf to shoot down General Pepper, which otherwise, if it wasn't written perfectly the way it was, it would have been like, oh, Fox is betraying General Pepper in joining Starwolf. But no, it was just like, it totally felt like a temporary union. And one of the best quotes in the entire video gaming history, I'm gonna say, ever, and I'm probably biased because it comes from a StarFox game, but Fox and Wolf are sitting there, or Fox is sitting on Wolf's wing after the mission, after they shoot down General Pepper, who is then saved by Peppy, who comes out of retirement just to save him, which that's another theme I want to get into, is Peppy not wanting to retire, but we'll get to that. But yeah, Fox is sitting there on his wing, and I forget exactly what the exchange was, but the Wolf cuts off Fox from saying something, and he's like, Fox, when the time comes, don't hesitate, just act. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And I still try to live by those words.
I owe you my life on that one, Wolf. Thanks.
I thought I told you. I didn't come here to save you.
Even so.
So how long you plan on taking up space on my wing?
Oh.
Fox, let me give you one piece of advice. Don't hesitate. When the time comes, just act.
Wolf.
Because, you know, I like to identify as the Fox character, McLeod, and when Wolf gave that advice, it was like giving that advice directly to me, directly into my brain, into my veins. But that's just me, because I heavily associated with StarFox in my youth. Let's see here. But yeah, it was really cool, because like even these little moments with Wolf made it seem like he wasn't totally just like an asshole, like adverse mercenary dude. That they actually had like some background history, which the fandom has totally like eaten up in recent times. Like A Fox in Space, that animator is great, but he's so great. I love him. He does awesome work. He's really bringing the StarFox like lore alive again in my head, and I love him for that. He does a whole like flashback scene of Wolf and Fox, and even what's her name, Farah Phoenix, who was from the first two games, and they do this whole dynamic because James was out all the time and his mom, I forget what happened to Miss McLeod. Did she die? Why am I just thinking about this now? I should know this. I don't know what happened to Miss McLeod, but I don't know what's going on with his mom, but not present, basically. I think she died, like childbirth or something like that, according to the Fox in Space series, which is fan-made. Not technically official canon, but might as well be, because Nintendo's not going to make any new canon anytime soon. So this is all we got.
Hey, where are you going?
Just taking Farrah up to the base, Dad. She's got PT this weekend.
Where are you going?
Just out to drop her off. She's got Army stuff to do.
With her eyelashes done up like that? Who do you think you're kidding?
Dude, we got busted.
You got us busted.
Y'all can go, I don't care. You got money?
No, actually.
What'd you do with that 20 I gave you?
I got my hair done, remember?
Boy, you didn't get your hair cut.
Styled, Dad, not cut. What do you think?
What do I think? I think I paid that fairy $20 to run his fingers through your hair.
Dad, what the hell?
It looks exactly the same. You know what? Just forget it here.
Yes.
And take him with you when you go. You mind playing chaperone? Gotta catch up on my stories.
Okay, just let me find a save room.
Oh, Dad, come on.
Don't you start.
But we're just...
Now you listen, and you listen good. If you're gonna stay here to get away from that crazy woman mother of yours, you're gonna have to follow the rules. You do know what rules are, don't you? Oh, now isn't that such a pretty face? Farrah, honey, you know he always does this when he doesn't get his way.
But yeah, so since his parents were always missing, he had to stay at the O'Donnell's house, or Wolf's house, and then Wolf was kind of like a pseudo older brother to him, but Wolf was always annoyed because he was younger, and kind of like wanting to go out and do bad boy Wolf things with his girlfriend and stuff, and then, you know, like go out in the town, wear leather jackets and sunglasses, that kind of stuff, but then, you know, oh, we gotta watch the little kid who's playing games on his Game Boy. You know, that was Fox, and I love the characterization of all of them in that, and it totally makes sense when you're thinking about it through the lens of Star Fox Assault, because the way that they kind of like team up, but also don't like each other. It's like there's like a weird kind of brotherly rivalry there, where they don't want to actually like kill each other, but they work for two different sides. It's like a Romeo and Juliet, but with brothers. It's like a Bucky and Captain America situation. I almost feel like they're you know, they brotherly love each other, and then they unless you go to certain sites, then it's not so brotherly. But that's besides the point. I don't know why I segued into that. Damn it, brain. Why did you do that? Anyway, let's move on to what I want to talk about, the last Aperoid emotional scene, which, heavy spoilers, because this is the end of the game now, is they fly to the Aperoid homeworld, and they try to shut down the shield generators to the core where the Queen resides. So there's a fun little ground mission there. And then it looks like they got all the shield generators, and they fly. They're about to fly through, but then another one appears out of nowhere, like some auxiliary shield generator pops up, and they're like, "Oh no, what do we do?" Like, it's basically the end of the Lilat system if we don't get in here and kill the Queen, because the Aperoids are going to take over. They've taken over like everything at this point. So the only way to stop them is to kill the Queen. So what do we do? We don't have the weaponry for this. Our hyper lasers aren't enough, guys. And what happens? Peppy comes out of retirement yet again, and I love this. And okay, I'll save it for later. But yeah, so Peppy comes out of nowhere, and you can see his ship on fire. Here, you know what, editing Reynard? I'm sorry to give you a lot of work, but could you show this scene too after I'm done talking about it? He flies in.
Be ready for anything and everything. Strap in, buckle down, and hit the planet.
Hang on, Fox. Something's weird. Energy readings keep getting stronger.
You gotta be kidding! What?
What's going on?
The energy's forming a shield. Laser fire's gonna be useless.
Dang it! Out of the way, everybody!
Peppy?
Extreme impairment. Main hull will not survive more damage.
Who cares? Divert all energy to the main guns. Fire!
Damage capacity exceeded.
Too bad. We're going out in style.
Peppy! You can't die!
Back off, all of you!
Peppy! You mustn't.
Yes, this is my duty. And now you must fulfill your duty as well, Fox.
Peppy! Don't do it, Peppy!
What are you doing, crazy old fool?
What are you fools doing? That shield will be right back! Go! Get out of here!
Enough! Peppy's opened a road for us. We've got to move on. Without him. So come on. Come on! Let's move!
You see it's covered in aporoids, and even himself is like getting infected by the aporoids. And I think maybe even you see Rob being infected by the aporoids. That would be cool if that's true. I'm not sure if you see Rob, but I think Rob's there. Maybe he's not infected though. I don't know. But they come flying in and they just ram strat right into the force field and bust it open, which is a bold move because the bridge is like the forwardmost part of the Great Fox, so Peppy literally just hit that thing with his face, like, and he broke through, which is more reasons why he should be dead. But he goes in and he sacrifices himself. He comes out of retirement. He just can't stay retired. He has to help the StarFox team any way that he can, and he keeps coming out of retirement. Even back before, when he was saving General Pepper, he was like, I guess I can't stay in retirement, haha. And he jokes around like that. And then I think there's another quip like that, but he's like, leave me, just go, kill the queen. And it's so cool because now we lost Andrew, we've lost Pigma, we lost Pepper, General Pepper, we're losing Peppy even, and it's like, people are dropping like flies, making the stakes so high. Like, say what you want about like an introduction villain like the aporoids, like they've never been mentioned in a prior series, but they do it well because the stakes are high. Like, this is an actual thing that they have to deal with. Like, lots of times when they introduce a new villain, it's like, oh, they defeat him. Yay. Like, nothing really changed. Like, this is a new threat that posed a bigger problem than even Andross, which is, I think, kind of the iconography or the imagery that they're trying to portray in the very beginning through the visuals of Andrew Oikony in the form of Andross getting shot down by the new antagonists, which I think is beautiful. Namco blew it out of the water. Such a good game.
Andrew Oikony! Uncle Andrew!
And Starwolf even teams up with Fox one last time to try and kill the Aporoid Queen. The Aperoid Queen fight was a lot of fun as far as rail shooters go, I think. It was honestly the best last rail shooter game I enjoyed playing. All the others, like, I don't know, I've tried playing other name brands and they're all like...
Later.
And we're back again. After another customer. We getting that bread. What was I talking about? Spoilers at the end of the game, I believe. Yeah, that was a very fun mission at the end of the game. Best probably rail shooter. Oh, I remember. I was saying I tried playing other rail shooter games and they just didn't like work for me. Maybe it's just because it's StarFox. Maybe I just like the idea and the IP and the story too much that I forgive rail shooter elements of it. Because I'm not a huge rail shooter player, honestly. I'm not like a master rail shooter. Well, I do speedrun StarFox 64, but that's besides the point. My personal best is 31 minutes, I think. Anyway, yeah, so they kind of like chicken out at the end. Where at the very end everyone's sad, recounting the losses of everyone that's died, and then you just see like a little blinking light out in space, and they're like, "Oh, it's an escape pod. It's not General. It's Peppy." And Peppy and Rob 64 are okay, and Peppy's like getting bandaged up and stuff like that from the explosion. But honestly, like. I think I liked it at the time. I'm like, oh, thank goodness Peppy survived. But now that I'm older, I'm like, it would have been way better storytelling if that was the end of Peppy. Like, that would have been way better of an end. Because, like, he was constantly, like, talking about and being built up to, like, needing to go into retirement. He's getting older. He's not cut out for this anymore. But yet he keeps coming out of retirement to help the team. That it makes total sense for Peppy to sacrifice himself for the team in one last good hurrah of victory and valor and honor, and I love that. So having him survive, I guess, isn't the worst, because I guess now he can finally get that retirement, maybe. Trying to think. Does he appear in Command? Is he in Command? It's been a long time since I played Command. I don't remember Peppy being in Command. Command is really messed up, so he could be just dead in Command, like, off screen. Who knows? Command. Okay, we're not talking about Command. Maybe next week. Maybe next week we'll talk about Command. But yeah, they chicken out with Peppy at least. I guess because he's one of the core 4 members. But I don't know. I feel like Peppy should have bit the big one there, because that would have been an excellent end to his story. He would have been seen as a hero. Maybe even build like a big Peppy statue in Corneria, because he saved the Lilac Gal. Like, that action alone was so heroic that he saved the entire Lilac system. He should be venerated, like, in a giant statue on Corneria, but instead he just gets to live in a retirement home eating Jell-O or pudding or whatever they do. Playing bingo. Which I think is less glamorous for a warrior like Peppy, who was part of the first StarFox team, which was... They were definitely warriors. Like, James was a badass, Peppy was a badass, Pigma was a scoundrel. But he did get over on those two badasses. He did trick them. So I guess that in of itself is kind of badass if you think about it. He's able to do that. Well, it's more like betray. I'm not gonna call betrayal badass. Yeah, I take that back. Peppy's an asshole. Not Peppy. Pigma. Too many P's. Peppy, Pepper, Pigma. Too many P's in this game. Anyway. Where are we at? We're at 45 minutes already. That's not too bad. I think I was talking too fast again. Because I think I might have reached the end of my notes. Yeah, let me just read them outright. First Pigma, then Pepper, then Peppy. It's so sad, but then they don't kill Peppy, which I don't like. They always build him up to go into retirement soon, but he just can't rest while he watches the others fight without him, so he decides to go out in one last hurrah, and I think that was awesome. But then, yeah, then they bring him back. But it's not outside the realm of possibility of his survival. It's not like they had to retcon too much. Like, I guess it is believable that he took an escape pod and he ejected out, and after the team killed the Aperoid Queen, the influence of the Queen would have dissipated and left Peppy and whatever infection was on the escape pod as well, I imagine, because that's how it happened across the systems, or across the system. Sorry, playing a lot of Elite Dangerous, so I'm thinking at like galactic or multi-stellar scales, and it's crazy to think that a lot happens in just one system, one solar system. No, that's not. I guess it's a solar system. I don't like saying solar system because Sol is our solar system. Like that's why it's called the Sol system. I'm pretty sure that's the etymology of that. So the Lilat system is not a solar system. It is a star system. Oh, I can call it that. I can call it a star system. Yeah, the Lilat system was completely saved by the StarFox team yet again. So all in all, in conclusion, I suppose, this was an excellent and much needed addition to the game, and in my opinion is like a complete what do you call it? Trinity? No. Trilliad? No. Trilogy, that's it. It's essentially like a trilogy. You got Star Fox 64, you got Star Fox Adventures, and then you got Star Fox Assault. And I know that's purely from the perception of how they came out and how I've played them. I know there's Star Fox 1 and 2, but Star Fox 1 and 2 came out forever ago, before I was born. And all the flashing colors and lights looked like they would give me a headache, so I never played it. I might go and play those eventually, because I do want to experience them. I feel like I've heard Star Fox 2 was really good. Better than 1. 1's the more like flashing colors and lights and things. I think Star Fox 2 might be better about that. I can't remember, but it was good. It was good. Anyway, any final thoughts on Star Fox Assault? All right. Well, they did Crystal really well. They made her more of a team member, like not just like Fox's love interest, even though she definitely was that. But it was hinted at only like once throughout the whole game. No, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. The love interest thing between Crystal and Fox. Like the first time I can remember is like with Tricky, when they meet up with Tricky, again paying homage to Star Fox Adventures, bringing Tricky back and showing him full grown, which is a really neat scene.
Looks like almost all the Aperoids have been wiped out.
Sauria should be safe for a long time to come.
Fox!
Tricky!
Fox! Crystal! I knew you'd come! Thank you so much!
Tricky! So heavy! Ouch!
So, Fox, you're here to fight him, right? Well, I'm going with you!
I appreciate it, but you're needed here, old pal. Besides, I'm leaving Sauria in your care. Remember, you're the leader here now, Tricky.
Okay. I'll do it! Yeah! I'll take care of things here, so you two can come back on your honeymoon!
What are you, nuts? We're not yet,
Not yet?
I mean, this isn't a conversation for children.
You said you weren't gonna treat me like a kid anymore!
Then stop acting like one.
You're just mad because you don't want to talk about it!
All right, that's enough, boys.
Tricky says something about a honeymoon, and they all giggle about it and stuff, and Fox gets embarrassed, and it's classic, you know. Then there's a couple other times where just Crystal shows affection, or worry, where she's just like, be careful, Fox, or, oh, you're going alone? I'm going too. And then Fox is like, no, I want you guys covering me in R-Wings, like being the strategist. So Crystal being a much needed, empathetic kind of dynamic to the team really worked for the storytelling, because it really brought the characters out of their, like, all business mode. Like, if you remember.
2,000 years later.
Okay. That was a lengthy hiatus, so I can't remember exactly what I was talking about. I think I was just doing conclusions and stuff like that, but you know what? I think I've talked about Star Fox Assault just enough. I think I talked about it enough. It's a great game. If you haven't played it, try it out. It's in my opinion, the best in the Star Fox series in terms of sequels. Star Fox 64 still holds the highest place in my heart, but I definitely recommend Star Fox Assault if you are a Star Fox fan, if you haven't already played it. But other than that, I think we're good to go. I'm not sure if we're gonna exactly reach an hour, but due to the circumstances, we might close out here soon. Let me think. Anything else? I am live on Twitch every Friday, or I try my best to be. Check me out there if you like these podcasts and somehow found the podcast first. Most people filter from Twitch, but if it's the other way around, I stream on Fridays. Sometimes occasionally here and there throughout the week. But no hard and fast schedule with that. But I try to stay true to my Fridays when I can. Just like how I try to stay true to my Wednesdays. Looks at calendar. Okay, I get it. It's Thursday. But anyway. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good time watching the TheReyCast, or rather listening to the TheReyCast this fine Thursday. Or actually, whenever you're listening to this. It might not be Thursday. It might be whenever you listen to it. I keep forgetting I'm not live. I'm recording. I'm recording. This is not real. We're all fake. We're in the Matrix. Anyway, have a good one, everyone. And always remember to stay mystical. Is that gonna be my new catchphrase? Maybe. Anyway, see yas.